Bonjour, everyone. Welcome to exploring the top immersion programs in France. So today your hosts are Linda Witt, Board Officer at Alliance Française de Seattle and Federation Vice President, and myself, Upi Struzak, Federation President. So we are the largest Alliance Française network in the world. We're helping more than 26,000 learners of French every year. If you go on our website at afusa.org, you will be able to find the closest Alliance Française to your home by clicking on that beautiful map. A few words about our national events that are coming to you very, very soon. Please go to your local chapter or directly to our website, which is at afusa.org, to register to those beautiful events that are coming up. So just a few logistics and format points to please stay on mute during the presentation. Stay on speaker view. Please put your questions in the chat. We will be replying to all of them. If there are any technical issues, sign back in after a couple of minutes using the original Zoom link that was sent to you by email. This event is going to be recorded for our YouTube channel. It will be available in a couple of days. And finally, the runtime is going to be an hour. So now, Linda, sorry, I was going to say, Linda, go ahead, it's all yours.
Okay, thank you, Upi. So we're gonna explore the top immersion programs in France. Naturally, we hope that our audience will get their foundation and continue their studies of French at the Alliance Française in the United States. But of course, it is very beneficial from time to time to take advantage of these immersion programs. That's why we are so happy to be able to present to you the 4 top immersion programs in France. We are going to start first with the Alliance Française in Paris, toward the north of the country. We will descend to the middle of the country, where we will hear from Alliance Française Cavilam, located in Vichy. We'll then head a little bit to the west, to sunny Bordeaux, and the Alliance Française there. And then we will finish again in the sun on the eastern side of France, in Nice, with the Institut de Français. Each of our presenters will have 12 minutes. It's a lot of information that they want to share. So we will give them a 10-minute warning, or a 2-minute warning, pardon me. And we're going to try to cram in lots of good information for you. As we go through these programs, you'll want to keep in mind your own goals and your preferences. And in doing so, you will probably want to pay attention to factors like these: the average class size, the maximum class size, or of course the smaller being that you get more individual attention. Primary demographics served by the organization. Are you comfortable with people of the same demographic of you, same age group and so forth, or are you comfortable with mixes? You'll want to be paying attention to similar levels of classmates, very important. As far as the packaging, you'll want to be paying attention to the options for, can you drop in for 1 week, 2 weeks, any time of the month, 3 weeks, 4 weeks? What are your options there? Because they will be different for each of these organizations. And then the typical daily class schedules are very important. Are you looking for half day, full day, etc.? The availability of cultural offerings or specialty workshops, unlike pronunciation, will be important to a lot of you as well. Also, you'll want to be considering accommodations, which is another cost factor. Does the organization coordinate homestays for you, or apartments, and so forth? And then, of course, last but not least, we have the 2 big considerations for you: tuition pricing considerations and venue location. And right before we get going, I will point out that 3 of our organizations today, of course, are our fellow Alliance Française organizations, but all of the Alliance Françaises in the world, even though we share the same name and the same high quality standards, they are all independent organizations with their own programs, their own pricing, their own formats, and so forth. So you'll want to keep that in mind or be aware of that as we go through these programs. As I said, we're going to start off with the Alliance Française in Paris with Cyrille Cheminaud, Communications Marketing and Sponsorships Manager. So Cyrille, I have stopped the share. You are welcome to
Okay,
unmute.
perfect.
There we go.
Yeah, I will share this. Well, everybody can hear me well and see the screen? Yes? Upi, Linda, it's all right?
Yes, you are good to go.
Okay.
Perfect, thank you. Well, bonsoir, bonjour, bienvenue à Paris. I wanted to thank, first of all, the US Federation of the Alliance Française that invited us so we can share our immersion programs here in Paris. I'm really glad to be with you today. And I also, of course, wanted to thank you all for being here and share this moment with us. So let's get into it. Bienvenue à Paris. Bienvenue à Paris. Who are we? Well, to answer that question, we have to go back to the past and to be more specific, the 21st of July of 1883, where a group of people, well-known people at that time, Pierre Fonsin, Paul Cambon, Jules Verne, Louis Pasteur, decided to create the first ever Alliance Française in the world, which is the Alliance Française de Paris. Well, this creation led to the launch of the Alliance Française movement, and now the network is a huge one because we have 830 Alliance Françaises in the world around the globe. So let's back to the Alliance Française de Paris. We are located in the heart of Paris, in the District 6 to be more specific, next to the Jardin du Luxembourg, le Louvre, Les Invalides, really cool place to visit, of course. We welcome more than 10,000 students a year coming from all over the world. And alongside the French classes that we offer to all the students, we have, of course, social cultural activities. And I will get back to that, of course, a little bit later. Our teachers are well qualified, well trained, but not only are they teachers, they are also authors of French methods, the same methods that are being used in the network, in the Alliance Française network, but they are also trainers. They train the current teachers, but also the future teachers of the Alliance Française network. We have two quality seals. The first one is the Label Qualité Fleu, and the other one is the Calliope label, the Calliope seals. We have the maximum stars that an institution can get in those seals. So this is really important. And for our students, the first reason they come to Alliance Française de Paris is because, or thanks to the quality of teaching and the quality of teachers. So how it is to experience French with us? Well, we have two types of programs. The first one will be the à la carte programs, and the second one, the all-inclusive ones. The first à la carte program is the regular one. Let's say it's the most chosen because for all our students, you can choose between 2 or 4 weeks of classes. It is open all over the year for all French levels, all types of course also, and the cultural activities are already included in those types of programs. The option that you can choose is the accommodation, whether you want to be in a host families or in a hotel in Paris. And I will, of course, get back to that a little bit later. If you want to have an à la carte program, but really exclusive, we have another one, which is the luxury one, the luxe one. And this will be a tailor-made program for you, access to private one-to-one lessons, a tailor-made program with premium, really high standard and premium activities. And also you will have access to the most prestigious accommodation in Paris. So this is a program. If you want to have more information about this one, I put you the email address down below so you can directly send us an email and we can, of course, do a video chat or something if you want to talk about that. On the other side, we have the all-inclusive program. We are going to launch the first, the standard one. in the beginning of March in our website and also in our social network. So you will be informed of that launch. This program is a standard word, so it's 2 weeks in July. We included in those 2 weeks the Bastille Day, because there is no such a thing that to spend the Bastille Day in Paris. So you have the Bastille Day 2 weeks in July or 2 weeks in August. It is for all levels. You have classes in the morning and activities to discover Paris in the afternoon. And the accommodation in this one is included because it's all inclusive, and you have the host family's accommodation. Well, if you are people that already know Paris, that went to Paris several times and want to see Paris from another angle, well, we have the premium program, all-inclusive program. This program is 1 week, all year also, all levels. And here you won't have French intensive classes, but more French classes around thematics like gastronomy, for example, fashion industry, art, literature. And you will access also the premium activities, social cultural activities, to see Paris from another angle. And you will have access to premium accommodation like host families also, but 4-star and above hotels. So this program for now is only accessible, available with the partnership that we are developing with different Alliances Françaises in the world, and especially in the United States. So we are really glad to announce that the first Alliance Française in the United States that joined this program is the Alliance Française de Miami, and they are coming in Paris with this program in the end of May, and then we are developing other partnership with Alliance Française, Alliance New York, and other Alliance Française in the United States. So if you want to have also more information about this program, the premium program, well, you can directly send us an email, and so we can chat about this one. I put you here the pace of courses. I put you here also all the prices of our courses. We have workshop, grammar, communication, and phonetics workshop also. So because you will have the presentation, my document after the webinar, you will be able to compare all the different intensity, paces of courses that we have, all the different prices also. Just keep in mind that we have every month we have a new session opening. So the session in Alliance Française de Paris are 4 weeks long session, every month a new opening, but during June, July, and August, we will add also 2-week session. So for the summer period. Well, as I mentioned before, not only a French course, it's not only a French course that we offer, it's also alongside the French course, all the cultural, the social cultural activities that we have. Here you got a really wide range of activities that we offer. And this is really important to live those activities so you can have a really good immersion program and an experience. So we have exhibition, we have also guide tours of the most iconic places in Paris, for example, Montmartre, l'Opéra Garnier. We have also outside of Paris excursion. We go to different chateaux around Paris. We go to La Maison de Monet, of course, and then we have some concerts. We have also excursion to la Cité Internationale de la Langue Française, and also what can be France without the gastronomy. So of course we have some tasting workshop in Alliance Française and also outside the Alliance Française de Paris. What about the accommodation now? We work with 2 types of accommodation. The first one are the host families. It is really important for us that we selected really well how host families, and so they are really open-minded and they really want to share the French culture, but also learn about the people that will come to the family. There are selected location. All our families are within Paris, and they are next to the Alliance Française de Paris. And you will have a houseboat service, so you can really enjoy with the family and you can really share with them. So you got the price here down below. You got the price for 1 week. And then just keep in mind that you have reduction and discounts if you want to have 2 weeks and above. This is examples of interiors of our families, of the houses and apartments. And we also work with hotels. So where? Hotels in Paris, we have like a lot of hotels with different categories, with different stars hotels. So they are all selected also to be within Paris, next to the Alliance Française. The breakfast, all the breakfasts are included. And then in this case, well, the prices will, of course, be different between, well, it will depend on the category of hotels you want to choose, but also the period of the year you want to come to Paris also.
Cyrille, just to remind you, this is a 2-minute warning.
Perfect. Thank you. This is an example of hotels that we are working with. Well, now that you know everything, how to register, how to contact us, here you got alliancefr.org. This is our website, so you can directly go to the website and you can directly register to a course. If you want to add an accommodation, host families, hotel, if you want to talk about the luxury program, the premium program, well, you can directly send us an email to bonjour@alliancefr.org. This is the direct email of the communication and marketing team. So we will be really glad to answer to you. And I really wanted to introduce you to our wonderful team because, well, as you know, those are just email address, those are just a website address, but behind those email address, there are a wonderful program dedicated team. Just so you know, we are 100 people, almost 100 people working in Alliance Française de Paris. This is my colleagues from the customer department and the cultural department. So they will be glad to welcome you and to make your Paris experience a really great one. And then to finish the presentation, well, just between you and me, Paris est toujours une bonne idée. Paris is always a great idea. So we will be really delighted to welcome you in Paris. And of course, I will be delighted to answer all of your questions. Thank you very much for your attention.
Oh, thank you, Cyrille, for being on time and for such a comprehensive presentation. I would like to welcome now our next presenter. We will hear now from Matthieu Thevenon, Development Manager at Cavilam-Alliance Française.
Bonjour, bonsoir à tous. Hello. Thank you very much for being here today to be with us and to get to know Cavilam. Thanks a lot to the Federation Alliance Française USA Federation for inviting us. Then I will introduce you to the Cavilam-Alliance Française. I'm head of development at International Relations section. Cavilam is known for teaching French as foreign language in the city of Vichy. Actually, we welcome more than 4,000 students from 120 nationalities every year. We are also exam center for French language exams, but also English exams. We also teach foreign languages at Cavilam, English, Spanish, Portuguese, and many others. We are also known for training teachers, French language teachers from the network, and we welcome over 800 teachers on site every year at Cavilam, but we also provide trainings online on the expertise mission in the network. And finally, we are less known for that, but it is very important. We develop innovative teaching materials for teachers in cooperation with l'Institut Français, with France Éducation Internationale, with many actors from the educational area on French language teaching. Cavilam was born in 1964 and we celebrated this summer our 60th birthday. We also joined the Alliance Française network in 2012. Where are we located? Actually, we are located in a smaller city than Paris. We are in the middle of France, in the heart of France, in the region Auvergne-Rhône-Alpes. You can see our city on the map. Vichy is a small city, even though very welcoming and charming. It's a human-scale city. It is very safe. And actually, everybody in the city is walking to Cavilam. It's a small city to experience the authentic way of life, French way of life. Cavilam is very known in our city. It is an actor, economical, social, cultural actor. Every student is very welcome by our host family, by the les commerces, by many of our partners in the city. We are located only 3 hours away from Paris with a direct train from Paris to Vichy. We are 2 hours away from Lyon and only 1 hour away from Clermont-Ferrand Airport, which is an international airport located very close to Vichy. Vichy was an imperial city where Napoleon III was coming every year. That's why even though it is a small city, it has a very special architecture from Napoleon III. We also got a river, l'Allier, some chalet from Napoleon, an opera as well. Then it's very particular city with a very special architecture on the way of life. Our institute is located on Cavilam, is located on an antenna of University Clermont-Auvergne. We share our building with the university during the year. Then at Cavilam, you can mix with French students as well. On the summer, we take full control of the building, which is our high peak of activity period. We also have a 9,000 square meter building with more than 50 classrooms, language laboratory, amphitheater, university restaurants. We have a huge library as well. Then it is a very international campus in the heart of the city. We have many programs at Cavilam. I will not introduce all of them to you today, but we identified three programs which could be very interesting for you. First one, it's our intensive French course, accessible starting from 16 years old students. It's our program for adults, actually, and we welcome students from 16 years old up to 70, 75 years old sometime. We are different from the other institutes because we don't have sessions during the year at Cavilam. We welcome new students every Monday of the year. Then every Monday you can start your course at Cavilam, minimum 1 week, which can be up to 1 year if you like. Our intensive French course is 19.5 hours per week. On the morning you will have general French course, fitting your level. On the afternoon, you will choose a workshop, which can be preparation to exam, which can be communication, civilization, phonetic, etc. You will join a class from 8 to 12 students, very international, with students from all ages and students from all nationalities. This is to give you an idea, an overview of the typical week in this intensive French course. You will pass level tests on your arrival on Monday. Then on the morning, you will have general French course. On the afternoon, workshop that you will choose. There is no class on Wednesday afternoon, but you will have social and cultural activities during the afternoon and also during the weekend and during the evening. We will speak about that later on. To give you an overview as well of the price of our prices, at Cavilam on all our program, we have a 12% discount for students from the Federation Alliance Française USA. Then all the students of Alliance Française Network in USA will get 12% discount. This is to give you an overview of the prices, which is also digressive depending on the duration of the length of the stay of the students. This includes the French course, the material, the internship certificate, pedagogical reports, on the welcoming at Vichy train station on arrival. A very important program for the American public, American students, very appreciated, is also the Premium and Prestige Senior Program. This is a very special program of 2 week session. We have 5 sessions upcoming, starting from March until October, until the end of the year. In this program, the students have morning classes, French language classes in the morning, adapted to their level. And then on the afternoon, they will have a very special program cultural program designed for the group and for a group of seniors only. To give you an example, on the morning, the students will have their French language course, and on the afternoon, they will go visit some castle of the region. They will go to make some tasting of regional products and on wine as well, wine tasting, to visit some domains that we have here around Vichy. The seniors will also get spa treatments in the luxury hotel of the city of Vichy. It is a very appreciated program indeed. And same here, the students of Alliance Française USA will get a 12% discount, which will mean 1,498 instead of 1,702 euros. This is one of our main programs with the public and students of the USA. Something that could be very interesting as well for your family and your relatives is the junior program, which is offered only on the summer for students from 12 to 16 years old. This program can be 1, 2, 3, or 4 weeks, depending on your objectives and budgets. And it's running from June 30 to August 11th this summer. It's 15 hours of French class per week with multinational classes, same as other programs, and multi-sport activities in the afternoon. This program is a full board with a 24-hour supervision and with an accommodation with the host family that we will speak very soon about. Same here, you will get this presentation, but to give you an overview of the schedule, the students will have class in the morning, the junior with in a group of juniors only. And after the lunch, they will do sports and cultural activities with many sports offered, such as golf, football, basketball, swimming, climbing tree, many activities offered. On the weekend, they will have a 1 day shared with the host family, and then they will have a full day excursion in theme parks of the region Auvergne. Here is to give you as well an overview of the pricing for 2, 3, 4 weeks. We continue with this 12% discount for the students of Alliance Française USA Federation.
Mathieu, this is your two-minute warning. Thank you.
Yeah. Every student leading Cavilam will get 2 documents. First of all, a pedagogical report with the level reached and with the comments of the teachers, which can be very interesting for your Alliance Française back in the US, and a certificate delivered by the Cavilam-Alliance Française and by the University Clermont-Auvergne. We also provide cultural activities and accommodation, which is part of Immersion. We have 3 different alternatives: studio, premium residence Le 86, located right in front of the Cavilam, and the host family, which is the most recommended in order to benefit an immersion with the host family, with the public of Vichy, and to know the language, to get to practice with the family, and to get to know the culture. We organize many cultural activities in Vichy, in the region Auvergne, but we also know that our students want to discover Paris, Lyon, Annecy, the south of France. Then we organize every week excursion in France, not in Vichy, but not only, in the whole country. To finish, just a small video about our institutes, and thank you very much for listening about Cavilam.
Thank you,
Merci
Matthieu.
beaucoup.
Thank
Merci
you.
beaucoup.
Thank you. And also thank you for staying on time. I did want to remind Cyrille, Matthieu, Flora, and Frédéric that you are welcome to go into the chat and answer questions that were posed about your institution. So we continue now with our third presenter, that is Flora Bobineau, representing the Alliance Française of sunny Bordeaux.
Yes, hello. Can you all see well my screen? Yes. Okay.
Yes, Flora.
So bonjour everyone. Okay, thank you. Hi everyone, I'm Flora. I work at the head of communication and marketing at Alliance Française Bordeaux, and I'm also in customer service. And I will present you then our center in Bordeaux. First, I want to tell you a bit more about the location, about Bordeaux. It's the 9th largest city of France. It has about 2,090 inhabitants, and it's located in the southwest of France. Bordeaux is very known because of its historic heritage and wine estates, of course. It has more than 300 UNESCO listed monuments. It is very dynamic and attractive nowadays with a lot of new neighborhoods. It was also voted World Wine Capital for a few years now. And it's also very accessible because it's 2 hours by train from Paris, and it has its own international airport in Bordeaux. We are also very well located if you want to reach the Atlantic Ocean and spend some time by the seaside. It's less than 1 hour by car. Then about our school, it was founded more than 40 years ago. We have French courses for everyone there. It's a school for adults only. So we welcome students from 16 to 18 years old, more starting at 18 years old, up to 80 years old or even more. We are also a certified examination center, and we are also doing some teachers training. About the courses, we welcome more than 2,000 students every year, and we have more than 120 nationalities. So really people from everywhere and every ages. I would say that the average age here is around 30 years old. Then our classes are organized by level, and we have from 8 to 16 people per class maximum. You will receive a level test on your registration, and then you will be placed in the class of your level. We have so every level, as I said, and new classes start every week as well. So you can join us any Monday, unless if you are a full beginner in the language, then you have to respect the start of a session, which is approximately every month. We are also recognized in the education sector by the government with the FLE Quality label and Quality label with the maximum rating obtained as well. We work with native, qualified, and experienced teachers. There are some also qualified to train the other teachers, and we focused on course always on discussion, interaction all the time. Our room are made so students can talk between them and with the teacher as well. And we also offer a wide range of cultural activities. I will come back at it later. About the courses, the principal course we have is the Intensive General French course in group. It's 20 hours per week from Monday to Friday, so every morning. And you can also choose to combine this with individual course. So you can add them before or after your morning session or only individual course. For the prices, the intensive course starts at 220 euros for 1 week. And even if you only take 2 weeks, then the prices are degressive. So the more number of weeks you take, the cheaper it will be. And you can stay as many weeks as you like, even up to a year or more, it's possible. And after these principal courses, we have some workshops as well in the afternoons. In the Mondays, you will find the conversation workshop. On the Thursdays, you will find the grammar workshops. And on the Fridays, we have phonetic workshops. So you can create your own way of study depending on the workshops you want to take. Then you can also combine your courses with cultural activities. We have 4 main domains for our activities. First, of course, heritage and culture. You will discover the city with us, with a lot of tours around Bordeaux, around the neighborhood. We have a cruise as well on the Garonne River and all the museum of the city. I want to say that our activities are a lot of them are free, and you will always have discounts on our activities because we work with a lot of volunteers at Alliance Française, and we always do our activities in French with local guides. So it's very interesting to get fully immersed in the culture as well. You can follow up with sports and leisure activities, like we always offer some cinema session at school and theater workshop, which is very good for to take confidence in the language. Then you can discover new local sports with us, like the pétanque in the south of France, very known. And we always do at least 1 per month linguistic exchange with our students and some French people as well. So you can share your languages, your cultures with everyone. And of course, make new international friends with the same objective as you at school. And most important part of our activities will be about gastronomy and enology, because we are in Bordeaux, so it's really the world wine capital. So we always go to the Cité du Vin, for example, which is the must visit in Bordeaux if you want to get to know more about the wine history there. We have some pastry workshops which are very gourmet, and wine and cheese tasting, which is personally my favorite. And we also offer some excursions out of the city. So we go to Saint-Émilion, for example, which is a very famous medieval village, not very far away from Bordeaux. It is known to be like the best wine in France, and also known for its architecture, which has subterranean architectures with catacombs and things like that, very mysterious but pretty. And of course, we also go by the seaside in the Arcachon Bay, where you have a very interesting sand dune, which is the highest of Europe. And we go there also to pass the day by the seaside. Is very nice. And sometimes we offer other excursion as well. And after your days of courses and activities, we can arrange accommodations for you. We have options with local host families as well. They are all located within a 30 minutes distance from the school. So we always make sure that you can, that the school is accessible for you very easily. And they are regularly checked by us, always the family. Even if you are a beginner, they are used to it, and you will always find a way to communicate with them and to immerse really in the language thanks to them. You have 2 options to stay with them. You can take single room only, or you can go on half board for breakfast and dinner to share with them. And it's very interesting to spend more time and practice French and get to know the culture. If you want to be more independent, we have a lot of partnerships with hotel residents around the school as well. You can go with a bedroom only or with a wall studio. We have really options for everything you want. We have a lot of different hotels to offer you. Here, then you can contact us directly on our website. All the registrations are made on our website. You can contact us easily. You can see more on our social media if you want. And I want to thank you for this presentation, and I'm available for all your questions if you need to.
So Flora, thank you so much for that. We will now move to our final presenter, which is Frédéric Latty from the Institut de Français à Villefranche, which is near Nice. Frédéric, go ahead and take yourself good. You're off mute. Let me go ahead and start the presentation. Hold on. It'll just take me a second. Go ahead.
You want me to start with the video, perhaps?
You know, you can start with the video, but you have to be able to know how to do the drop of the sharing the screen. Otherwise, we won't be able to bring up your other PPT. So
I'll go ahead with the video.
Okay, okay.
Welcome to the Institut de Français, the world-renowned French language school set in a luxurious Provençal villa on the French Riviera. Enter the private world of professional adults who wish to learn French quickly and effectively in a stunning environment overlooking one of the nicest bays of the French Mediterranean. A unique concept which combines the most effective audiovisual methods, language lab, practice sessions, and systematic classroom work. Small groups of 6 to 10 students. Make your dream to speak French now come true.
Great,
Okay.
thank you, Frédéric. Let me
you,
bring
and,
up your presentation. Voilà, c'est bon.
Thank you, and hi to everybody. My name is Frédéric, and I'm representing the Institut de Français. I have to say that I've been with the school for 35 years now, and I can see messages here on the side of former students of ours. So I would like to introduce our program. Our program is unique in that it is only one standard regular program, and it's typically 4 weeks. Linda, can you move forward with the, yes, and the next one?
Okay.
Yes. And it's typically 4 weeks, and you can do 2 or 3 weeks as well. And when you do 2 or 3 weeks, you have to start together with the 4-week students, and you just end the program earlier. And it's 8.5 hours per day, and it's only for adults. We have a minimum age of 21, with a few exceptions from 18 to 21 if we have a recommendation from one of the parents or from one of the teachers. So it's really for adults. It's 8.5 hours per day, and that includes breakfast, lunch, and of course all the teaching activities. And I like to say that we call it a program and not a course, because it encompasses breakfast, lunch, and what you have to know is that from the minute you walk in until you leave at 5 o'clock, you are not allowed to speak another language than French. Even during the breaks, you know, we have spies everywhere, and there are no microphones, but we have spies everywhere. And we want to make sure that the immersion program is respected. I'd like to have a word on what's an immersion program. The principle behind the immersion is that at least whilst you are on the school premises, from the minute you walk in until you leave, you do not revert to your native tongue, because this is affecting your progress. And I read something very interesting in The Economist the other day. You know, sometimes they have a section on education, and they were talking about the intensive or immersion programs. And they were saying something interesting. Even the simple fact of reading an SMS whilst you are immersed in a foreign language can interrupt the process of the immersion. So this is what we want to make sure about at any time. So this is why you have breakfast and lunch with us. This is all in French. You are going to have lunch with the teachers, and you will continue to speak French. One of the difficulties of learning a language is very often to bridge over to reality what you are learning in the classroom context. And this is what we're trying to do with a program that spans, the whole day, that starts at 8:20 in the morning and ends at 5. We are, of course, located in one of the nicest, sorry for my colleagues, but I think it's one of the nicest parts and one of the nicest corners of France. We are just outside Nice, direction Monaco. And the school is located, Linda, if you could scroll down one more. One more, please. Okay, this is Villefranche-sur-mer, and we are located right where the yellow arrow is, midway up the hill, overlooking the Bay of Villefranche and Cap Ferrat. This might ring a bell for a few of you, but frankly, there are worse places in the world to study French. And the program is very intensive. It's an all-day immersion. If you have a look at our website and the press section, we've had over the years press articles. There's one that refers to us as the boot camp for languages. It's not really a boot camp, it's just that it is extremely serious. People pay a lot of money. It's a program that is not cheap. It's 5,800 euros for 4 weeks, all included, not the accommodation. Accommodation comes on top of that. It starts at around 1,200 and goes to 3,500. But we really have at heart that learning a language is an achievement. It takes time, it takes discipline, it takes commitment, and it takes money. So we want you to make the most possible progress in the shortest time. We have 8 possible levels. So for every new group, you will have a pre-online test to give us an idea. And then on your arrival, you'll have a more complete test because the emphasis for our program is on the spoken French. And there's no way we can test you in advance when you speak French, otherwise it would take too much time. And we have about 60 to 65 students for each session. So on the first day of any one session, you have a complete test with a very important test to evaluate your spoken French. And then we have 8 possible different levels from complete beginners to advanced. And that's the program we offer. That's the only program we offer. We've been here for 55 years. And the other aspect, important aspect of the program, thank you, Linda. Well, of course, it's a beautiful place. It's a quaint little village. We have developed lots of interesting activities, always keeping in mind that, people have to connect to real life, what they are learning in the classroom. So, for instance, here you have the séances pratiques. This is what we call practice sessions, and they come as a, backup to the classroom work. You have about, by the way, there are 10 students maximum in each class. And a practice session is trying to use and reuse in natural situations what you have learned in the classroom. And the topics are completely different. We have situation sessions with telephone situations, restaurant situations, reservations situations. We have special classes on the nightmare of our students, the numbers, French numbers, and lots of different things, different activities. The school of
Excusez-moi, Frédéric, mais it's a 2-minute warning.
Oh, already. Linda, if you move down one bit,
Okay.
one more. Okay, you have all our contacts here. We are also present on the social medias. We have an Instagram, a Facebook account, a LinkedIn account, and we are going to launch as of mid-March our own YouTube channel. So that's it. That's an interesting program, an intensive program, but it's fun.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you, Frédéric. And that concludes the 4 presentations. There has been a lot of activity in the chat. So all of our presenters hopefully are in there answering all your questions. Upi, do you have any particular questions that you want to bring to the fore?
No, I think it was marvelous. It was a really nice presentation of all these places, and I think I would like to go to all of them, but excellent. Now I have nothing to say, but if you have any other questions, you can always send us also an email directly to the Federation, and we can help you as much as we can. But I see that you have everyone's email information from the 4 programs, so I hope all is good.
Yeah, Upi, we do have 9 minutes.
Yeah.
So would you entertain the idea of taking questions from the floor on camera? If anybody has a burning question or comment that they want to make, do you think we could do that, Upi, since we have a couple minutes left?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, then I think we would need you to take the...
I think it's done. I think you can unmute yourselves.
So if there's anybody who wants to chime in with a burning question, now's your time.
I have a question. It's Jan. Can you give me the dates for the Institut Français in Nice, near Nice?
Frédéric, you want to take yourself off mute, okay? We're not hearing you, Frédéric.
Janet, if you can jump on a plane and make it for Monday, we have a new session starting on Monday with about 60 students. That would be our March session, and then the next one will be 31st of March. It's every 4 weeks, and the dates are available on our website, of course.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, we have Margaret and Roger. Go ahead.
Just a question again for the Institut de Français. Since you have the meals together, is there accommodation for different dietary restrictions that you can make?
Yes, of course, we accommodate all dietary restrictions.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. Fanny, you have a question?
Yes. Hi, my name is Fanny. I'm the youth programs manager at the Alliance Française in DC. And I was wondering for the Institut de Français and the Alliance Française in Bordeaux, if you were considering eventually like opening a program for juniors or children down the road, or if that's not at all something that you've had in mind.
Okay, let's take that quickly.
For us, hi. Yes,
not
for us in, well,
sorry.
Okay.
So for us in Bordeaux, we can organize some specific group session for you, and for minors it will be only from 14 years old. But if it's for a specific group, it's possible that they are younger, under 18. Yes.
That's wonderful, Flora. And then Frédéric, I believe your response was no, your minimum age is 21, correct?
21, and we make exceptions because we have by law, the legal majority being 18. We accept 18-year-olds, and well, on the condition that we receive a letter of, vouching for the maturity and the seriousness of the students.
Oh, good to know. Lucy has a question.
Yes, I was wondering, Frédéric, is because it is, do people have to rent cars in order to be able to get around, or is the evening program, are evening meals easy to get to, seeing as how hilly the terrain is?
Yeah, it is hilly, but it's part of the Keep Fit program. Because we have, unfortunately, and you look at me, I've been with the school for 35 years and put on lots of weight. We have a good chef, so that's for the weekdays, and for the evening, all the apartments that we offer are equipped with kitchens.
Thank you.
And but believe me, this might be a preoccupation of yours now, but once you're with us with 60 other students, you're never home. Believe me.
Merci.
Merci beaucoup.
Sorry, we have time for a couple more questions. Anybody else have a question?
Ray Andre.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm wondering, I'm older than 75, Frédéric, can I still come?
You're welcome. You'll fit right in.
Merci beaucoup.
Right, anybody else with a question? Oh, Joey?
Yeah, hi, this is Joey. My wife and I are interested in doing a 12-month stay on a student visa. We're specifically looking at Alliance Française in Normandy. But my question, I wonder if anybody here can answer, is can we scatter 1 or 2 weeks throughout the entire year here and there to achieve that full 12-month student visa?
Wow, what a great question. Those of you from the Alliance Françaises, do you have any comments on that?
For us in Bordeaux, I know that to have a piece for your file, for your procedure, you need to book 12 weeks with the same center.
Gotcha. Okay.
Good to know. Good to know. Thank you, Flora.
Thank
Okay.
you.
We have time for maybe one more question. Anybody have a question? Okay. Cindy, you'll need to take yourself off mute if you want to talk. Okay, there you go.
Yes, I'd like to study an immersion program in France, but my husband is studying Spanish. And so I would like to know if any of the schools also provide Spanish lessons, or, for example, in the Institut de Français, if there is another program near Nice that would offer Spanish.
So that's open to all of you that want to chime in.
Unfortunately, not as far as we are concerned. If your husband were to play golf, that would be an option for us, but not Spanish, I'm afraid.
Okay.
Well, for us at Cavilam, we have a department for foreign languages. Then we teach English, Spanish, Portuguese. And we could provide, depending on the period of the year, we could provide maybe private classes to your husband in Spanish, and we could welcome you in our French language program at Cavilam.
Thank you.
Great. Well, I think that's a good note to stop on if our presenters don't have any further comments. Upi, do you want to close us out?
Yes, yeah. So first of all, thank you, everyone. Thank you to the presenters. Thank you for your time. I know it's late for you, but you still have Sunday coming up. And thank you to everyone for participating. And I hope you'll find your wish come true after all this. Thank you so much.